Hey, what's up guys, Pallav here. And if you know Andy Rubin, he's widely called the father of Android because he invented Android, and his company Android Incorporated was acquired by Google in 2005 before he became part of Google as well as the Android ecosystem and the Android operating system per se. Now Andy Rubin last night India time and US yesterday unveiled the first flagship phone, the first phone in fact from his new company called Essential. This phone is called Essential PH1 and it is what Andy Rubin says is most ambitious project since Android, of course, and then it's gonna be the best Android phone and one of the most exclusive one worldwide. Now in this particular video we'll try to make sense of the phone and we'll try to make sense of Andy Rubin's statement and see how far or near to truth it is. At least from the spec sheet point of view, it looks like, sounds like the modern flagship. You have a 5.71 2K display and you have a glass and ceramic body. You have the Snapdragon 835 chipset, 4GB of RAM, 128GB internal storage, a 3040 mAh battery, a stock Android dual camera setup, and all the spec sheet that you would find on the modern popular flagships today. But let's take a closer look at this spec sheet one by one and see whether all of these come together to make one of the best Android phones. First of all, the USP of this device, one of the USPs, is the huge 5.71 2K display, mainly because it's an almost bezel-less display, looks brilliant, and the front camera is right on the display. It's on the right top middle, and it's on the right top middle. Okay, it's on the top middle and then it's right at the display. Now Andy Rubin says that that's not gonna block any Android notification because the topmost part is essentially black bar. But we've seen this photo from The Verge on their website. We do not own this photo, remember it's Verge owns it. It kind of shows a different picture. There might be, in special cases, some notification blocked. Now apart from the screen, you also have that front camera, which is 8MP front camera, and all soft keys on the bottom. You have a glass front and then you have a ceramic back. Now ceramic back looks and feels like glass, but it's more resistant to scratches and it's more rugged than glass, so a big positive that side. Talking about the back, it has a dual camera setup. It has two 13MP cameras, and like the Huawei P9 and the P10, it has one monochrome sensor and one RGB sensor. Basically one click color photo, another black and white, and combined you can also create those depth of field kind of an effect with this camera system. You have the LED flash alongside, and also another USP of this device, it's on the right side of this camera setup, are two Pogo power points with the help of which you can attach compatible accessories to this phone straight away. The first one that was launched yesterday was the world's smallest 360-degree camera, as Andy Rubin claims, and the setup looks pretty nice actually. The 360-degree camera is very tiny and it looks very out of the box. Straight away attach that to those Pogo pins and start using those cameras. There might be other accessories, but these accessories would be optional to say the least. Now you do not have a 3.5mm jack, you only have one USB-C type port and then one speaker grill and a SIM tray, because and SIM tray only, so you do not have a micro SD card slot because it already comes with 128GB of internal storage. Now talking about the internal, as I told you before, it's powered by Snapdragon 835 chipset, the latest one, 1.9 GHz clock speed, 4GB of RAM, that's the latest one, and then you also have a 3040 mAh battery. This is where one of my disappointments lies. The 3040 mAh battery might not do justice to that huge 5.71 2K display, and it might just be enough to take you through about 4 to 5 hours of, you know, a heavy usage. So you might not go the full day even, and you might have to charge this phone every evening. And one of the thing I hate the most, I do not know about any quick charge brick that comes with it. The Snapdragon sure supports the latest quick charging technology, but whether the charger, the supply charger, will support that, we do not know that yet. But that, yeah, some hope out there. So apart from that, it will run stock Android, that we know, again another positive. But coming to the most important facets of the phone, the price, and it is actually priced like a modern flagship. In US it will cost $699 when it comes later in the June. That straight away converts to about 45,000 plus Indian rupees, and if you import a phone here it will cost way more than 50,000, and even it ever releases in India, then also it will go much more, over 50,000. Now it most probably won't launch worldwide because Andy Rubin says they want to kind of keep it more exclusive, which is a very polite way to say that they do not have the money to mass produce it to cater to the worldwide market. US is a more controlled market, matured market. People look at the product quality to buy it. They do not have to give a value for product. They have to just build the proposition around it. But they know that they cannot compete with the leaders of the market like Samsung or Apple or LG, maybe in the other markets, mainly because all these popular flagship companies, they have a huge matured ecosystem to support the phone. The after sales service, the raw materials are easily available. You do not have to wait for days to get your phone repaired. Even the local repair guy can repair these phones because they have seen these phones around, but the Essential PH1 won't have those advantages. So I understand that Andy probably starts with the small. He does not have the capacity right now, and he's just giving it the name of an exclusive. Does not sound like a very exclusive phone apart from the look. The look is great, the display and that, you know, glass and ceramic body. Apart from that, when you look at the price, the spec sheet does not sound out of this world. If they had kept the price like OnePlus, then probably this spec sheet would have made a killer phone. But for now, we'll have to really go down to how it performs, how the camera performs, how fast it is, how it plays the games, how it heats up or not, to be able to actually say whether this phone deserves your time and money. But looking at straight away the flagship versus the price, no, I would still go for probably the S8 or the U11, or maybe even the iPhone 8's coming, the iPhone 7 Plus, the 7 Plus that's coming later this year. So yeah, for the other markets, probably it's not such an appealing device. Thank you.